Live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I've been coming live with a series of videos this week called The 5 Myths About Playing Piano. And I'm doing a live myth every day for 5 days, 5 myths at 5 o'clock, because I quite like the number 5 and it made sense. I quite liked it. 5 myths about playing piano, the things that stop people and how I know they're rubbish. The things that get in people's way that are like internal mindset stuff, the things that get in people's way that people have said to them before when they were younger, and I know they're rubbish. These are the 5 myths about playing piano. On day 1 on Monday, I did a video about how it's a myth that piano is expensive, that you need to be rich to play piano. It's just rubbish. If you think that playing piano is expensive, then watch Monday's video. Yesterday's myth was you need loads of space, that pianos take up a huge amount of space in your house. It's a myth, it's rubbish. And I told you all about why and how you can get over that or around that yesterday. Today, you'll see there. Myth 3, it takes years to play piano. No, rubbish. Not having it. Not having it. I'm going to explain why in today's live. If you see this live or you see it on replay, let me know. I want to know who's watching it, where you're watching it, what channel you're watching it on. But most importantly, I want to think about, am I helping someone? Are we getting through to someone? If any of these myths resonate with you, tell me. So myth 3 is it takes years to learn to play piano. And I say, no, it doesn't. Now, there will be some people watching this who immediately want to slap my wrist and tell me off and say, don't give people false expectations, Mark. Don't build people up to be able to do something they're not going to be able to do. How can you tell someone that they can learn to play piano in 90 days? And I'm just going to couch what I'm saying here with a bit of context. If you are watching this and in your mind, you've always thought to yourself, I want to become a professional piano player. A piano player of a good standard, a piano player who can perhaps earn money doing it, a piano player who can perform for other people, a piano player who is what we might call a working piano player. If that's you, that might take a while. They're probably not getting to that in 90 days. You're not getting to that in 90 days. However, I'm going to bet some money in my head, not really, because we don't need to do that, right? But I'm going to bet some money in my head that it's very, very, very likely. I'm going to go for at least 99% likely that nobody watching this actually wants to become a professional piano player. You just want to be able to play the piano. You just want to be able to play some music for fun. You've already got a job. You already have a profession. You already have something that you do to a really good standard. Piano would just be something that you would do for fun. So my question to you is, can we couch this myth in what we're actually saying? Does it take years to play piano full stop? No, I think it's rubbish. I think it's a myth. Does it take years to be able to get to a really great standard and make a living at it? Yes, maybe, perhaps. But that's not what most of us are talking about. That's not what 99% of people who come to me are talking about. They're talking about, I just want to play some tunes. Like, I have a stressful job. I want to be able to switch off for 15 minutes. I don't want to put myself in front of Netflix for another 17 hours. I just want to have something that's positive on a winter hobby kind of thing. When the nights are getting cold and you want something so you can just potter around the house doing. Piano is perfect for that. So it's the context of what we're trying to achieve that tells me that I reckon every single person watching me right now, it is rubbish. It's a complete myth to say that it takes years to learn to play piano. So I went to piano lessons from the age of 5 until I was 12 when I got my grade 8. So there's 7 years when I got my grade 8. And then I had piano lessons for maybe it was a year or two after that. And then, I did my A-level music, which depending on what country you're watching in, you might not know, but that's like a something you do between the ages of 16 and 18 in the UK. And then I did like a degree, and I've got a PhD in music. Like, I have spent a lot of time around music education. But this is what I do for a living. If you're watching this and you're saying, yeah, but that's not my story, Mark. I just want to play it as part of my morning routine. I want to have a creative hobby for 15 minutes. I want to use it as an alternative to meditation. I want to make it part of my well-being. I want to put the kids to bed, then have 15 minutes just for me. If they are the sort of things that you're saying, it does not take years. In fact, I'll go as far to say, as you can have that benefit, that positive uplift, that creative boost, that confidence boost, that well-being boost, that stress reduction, I say you have that on day one. This doesn't take years. It happens straight away. What do I mean? I'll tell you what I mean. I mean that the act of having a creative hobby, the act of having a positive thing that you do on a day-to-day basis, 50 minutes, that is the benefit. That is the benefit. The fact that you're going to learn a skill as you go, and granted, on day one, you're probably not going to be great, but then eventually you're going to get to play some tunes. That happens in a really short period of time. See, this is what I'm talking about in terms of periods of time. The distance from day one, someone who's never sat at an instrument before, the distance from that moment to I can make a living playing professional piano, that might well be a year's span of time. The distance from I've never sat at a piano to I can play the riff to Imagine, or I can play a little bit of a John Legend song, or I can play a little bit of a Coldplay song, or whatever it might be, an Elvis song, a Beatles song. The distance from day one to that is literally, potentially minutes. I realize you're not going to play it perfectly, but you'll play a little bit of it and you'll recognize it and you'll get a boost. You'll smile and you go, wow, look at that. It's certainly not going to be any more than days or weeks. That's why my Piano Startup Academy course is only 90 days long. It's not that it's only 90 days long. You get 90 days of support to start you off. But it's not years. Nobody's going to sign up to do a course that takes you years to get anywhere. And that's what we're talking about. It's the context that we're talking about. Years to be a pro, yeah, maybe. Years to play the riff to Imagine and go, look at that, great. Have yourself another cup of tea. See you later. See you tomorrow. I had someone say to me a few weeks ago, I've tried to play that song 4 years, and you've had me playing that in 5 minutes. I can't quite comprehend that. That's what a client said to me a few weeks ago. Now, could she play it perfectly? Maybe not. Could she play it to the standard that a professional could play it? Maybe not. Could she play the riff to Imagine and feel good about it? Yes, 5 minutes. So ask yourself, what is it you're actually trying to achieve? And then decide whether you believe this idea that learning a new skill, such as playing piano, actually takes years. Because if the reason that you've never started, if the reason that you've never bought a keyboard, if the reason that you've never fulfilled a bucket list dream that you've wanted to for years is that you think it will take years to get from the starting point to the point where you go, this is great. If you think that span of time is years and that's what stopped you, then I'm here to give you permission to stop. I'm giving you permission to tell you it's rubbish. You could be doing it this weekend. You could be doing it tomorrow. You would feel better tomorrow. You would feel better in a week. You would feel better in a few weeks. You would feel better in a few months. It's not years. It's not years. So that's myth 3. Myth 3 about learning to play piano is that people think it takes years to do it. But ask yourself what it is. If it is professional, yeah. If it is chill out after work, no. That can happen now. can happen now. If you think you haven't got time, also, that link that's at the bottom of the screen, thatpianoguy.club, I've got a video there, which is called the I Don't Have Time solution. Check it out. It'll give you a good prep for tomorrow's myth as well. The I Don't Have Time solution is at that link, thatpianoguy.club. If there is a reason that you think you haven't started, and the reason, or even had a go, and you think the reason is, well, it takes years to get any good at piano. I should have done it when I was young. That's another one. Oh, God. I should have done it when I was young. There's no point now. I'm 40. I'm 50. You know, I've left it too late. No, you haven't. Got clients in their 80s. This doesn't take years to get the joy. This is what it's about, because you're not trying to become professional. The goal is joy. The goal is joy. So myth number 3 about learning to play piano, that it takes years, is rubbish. It's rubbish. I hope that's helped someone watching. Let me know if you've watched that in the comments, either live or on replay. Tomorrow, don't forget, I'll be back at 5 o'clock again for myth number 4. It's another belter. 5 myths about learning to play piano this week, live at 5 p.m. in the UK every day this week. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. Let me know if anything I've said to you has resonated. And if you want help buying a keyboard, just send me a message. Just reach out to me. You know? Because as we heard in myth 1 on Monday, it doesn't cost a fortune. A couple of £100, you'd have a keyboard tomorrow that would last you for years. Seriously. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.